The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, Marape remains PM, Airwing lacks specialist, and Santos Cup Grand Showdown. Member for Taripori James Marape has defeated the motion of the vote of no confidence against him today on the floor of Parliament. 75 MPs voted against the motion while 32 voted for the motion.
Filed on September 5th, 2024 by the opposition, the motion of the vote of no confidence was deliberated in Parliament today. However, a total of 75 MPs voted against the motion, while 32 from the opposition voted for it. Before the votes, members of the opposition raised a point of order challenging the decision of the Speaker not to allow the debate. However, Speaker Job Pomat made a ruling and allowed for the votes to be taken.
Mr. Speaker, this is an important motion that's a constitutional motion under Section 145(1)(a). A question be put to deny the opportunity to debate the motion is unconstitutional. Every member under the Constitution has a right to debate a motion, move a motion, and vote on a motion.
Give time to people to stand up to debate. Our good leader of government business, he just put in the question without giving adequate time for us to debate.
Me sabe you rule finish, but me like just making one point. When you look at how many times this parliament has sat in the last couple of months, you may defer him now. You may not make him one plan. After today, we are going to defer again until November. So one of the things, no, you play harim past them. Be patient. One of the things, Mr. Speaker, when members of parliament argue in public about these matters, the supporters of the government say, take it to the floor. Now we are here, we want to take it to the floor, and we are denied that opportunity. And tomorrow we'll be debating again out in social media, we'll be debating again on the streets. Is that proper, Mr. Speaker?
Companies, mover, seconder, behind more the process, regular notice paper. Now, you may come now. It's been called upon. So now, question has been put, so you may like go on debating this motion through the vote. Vote by show him. Vote and by show him now.
Pomat, after getting advice from the Clerk of Parliament, clarified that the process of vote of no confidence must be conducted.
But entertaining motion now. Now, Papua New Guinea will have him stop. You like him this day, this moment, he must come up. Now, you can like come up now. Now, all line, you know, like him, he must come up now. Pull him, talk yet. So you mean now, all Wusak, member of the parliament, you one bell when the motion, the opposition leader, long you know, believe the Prime Minister Marape, now you like him honorable Rainbow Paita Loksi plus moment, you will move Kolohan Kais from me. Stand up. Lagohan Kais from me. Now you will always set a line, you know, one bell when the motion, the opposition leader. Now you will like him also honorable Marape, member of the Taripori, and Prime Minister, you mean Papua New Guinea, you send up na movie come no hand shoot me.
Parliament then conducted a vote with 75 MPs showing confidence in Marape, voting against the motion. This allowed PM Marape to retain his seat as the Prime Minister. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Meantime, leader of the opposition Douglas Tomuriasa, when congratulating Prime Minister James Marape, also urged him to address the issues of law and order, inflation and other economic challenges facing our country.
Open up your heart. Your heart is bigger than yourself. Lose him. Something where you must lose him. And move forward. If you have to forgive some people in this house, forgive them and move forward, Mr. Speaker. Now, Mr. Speaker, as I stand here to speak to our Prime Minister, major projects are yet to open that you have announced in the last 2 years, in the last 3 years. These projects have been delayed and delayed. Unemployment is killing our young people and our people in this country. You have made major announcements. Please allow these announcements to begin to karim kai kai past them.
In accepting defeat today during the vote of no confidence, alternate Prime Minister and member for Finchafan, Rainbow Paita, warned the 75 MPs who showed confidence in the Prime Minister today not to be hysterical when promises are not honoured. Paita sounded this warning, citing times when he was in government and some of these 75 MPs shared differing views about the Prime Minister on the floor of Parliament, yet their votes today did not demonstrate their views.
The much-anticipated vote of no confidence eventuated today in favour of the current Prime Minister James Marape. Following the victory, the opposition's PM nominee, Rainbow Paita, was given space to air his thoughts.
Honourable Member of Pinchapen, you, balas flaman, you want to talk, lo finish me, and come to question before. Thank you, Honourable Member of Pinchapen.
Paita acknowledged that the majority of the MPs had confidence in Marape and congratulated him for his reappointment.
And Mr. Prime Minister, may I congratulate you on your affirmation of your leadership today.
However, he also warned the 75 MPs who voted for the Prime Minister not to play politics but to be true to their actions.
That politicking must stop. If your conviction is that you have voted the Prime Minister on this floor, tomorrow you're not going to complain. Right. You're not going to complain tomorrow. No can gossip around the night and making politics. Suppose you give him support belong Prime Minister, stand with it on this floor. Fix the problems.
He further reminded the 75 not to demand the Prime Minister for favours in return for their votes today.
Majority of our members on this floor supporting Prime Minister, we must be true to our vote and what we stand for in this house. We must be very true. You may not vote later. Tomorrow you got to talk. Prime Minister may vote, but PIPM no give him here. Road blame me making was me. Prime Minister me go say was me go say violence life it. Why you me go say? Why you me go say los la floor, eh?
To the Prime Minister, Paita urged him to always take a bipartisan approach and consider the views of the opposition as important to guide his development aspirations.
Challenge me look up, Prime Minister, you have full majority support of this house. You must be bigger than the Prime Minister who you are. Plenty leader on this side. Some strong leader is stop. Some fit money stop. When you go to the 50th anniversary, Prime Minister, you must look beyond and imagine the country. When you take this country forward, it does just not be just the people who vote for you, but people who share opposing view on this side as well.
Yeah. He also called on the Prime Minister to be firm on his ministers as he returns to complete his term as Prime Minister, suggesting to terminate ministers for non-performance if need be to keep a good record of his government's performance. Ruth Rungula, TVWAN News.
Prime Minister James Marape has suggested to Parliament today to seek better solutions to address the negative impact of Section 145 of the Constitution. Section 145 deals with the motion of no confidence on the sitting Prime Minister. He argued that if provincial members and even the ordinary open members can have an assurance of tenures of 5 years through constitutional mandate, the most crucial role of them all of the Prime Minister must also be allowed the same length of time, if not more.
Prime Minister James Marape, after defeating the vote of no confidence today, has called for solutions to address the impact of the vote of no confidence motion stated in the Constitution of our country under Section 145. He said Prime Ministers must be given the same tenure as ordinary MPs and not 18 months as stipulated in the Constitution.
Vote of no confidence, Mr. Speaker, unfortunately has become the recurring theme of every government since independence. I have pointed out many times that the average life of our government since 1975, if we put together, has not been more than 2 or 3 years. We have had many changes of government. Whilst the intention of VONC may have been good, but many times we have been shortchanged. The opposition always see Section 145 as a process of changing government. Mr. Speaker, may I put to all of us that the greater role of His Majesty's opposition is not only to change government, but to sit and offer constructive alternates.
The Prime Minister further highlighted some of the key policies the government has implemented, including growing the economy, successfully bringing back over 100,000 young people into the education system, boosting our health system, building infrastructure, and addressing law and order issues. He said there is more work going on behind the scenes by our government and addressing these issues holistically instead of in pieces.
A nation of 1,000 tribes, this side of the House will not be conscious of where members of parliament sit, but service delivery will go to all our people as one people, one nation, one country. Members on the other side are fully assured. When you sit on the other side, what is your entitlement? Whether you deliver or province deliver or national government deliver based on our policy programs, we will make sure what is meant for all parts of our country is spread fairly right across this nation of 1,000 tribes.
Meantime, Parliament is adjourned to November 26, 2024. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Police officers colluding with perpetrators of violence against women and children is becoming a norm in Papua New Guinea, says the Family and Sexual Violence Unit Director Superintendent Delilah Sandeka. Sandeka said police officers seem to be becoming too friendly with perpetrators, which often resulted in many FSV cases dropping out. She clearly stated that they usually bribe police officers to release the victim, preventing cases from reaching the courts.
Counter a lot of challenges when dealing with police officers, PNG defense officers, people in high places.
What kind of collusion or conspiracy?
Colluding.
What's the nature of the?
Colluding meaning officers get too friendly with perpetrators or suspects.
And then?
Yeah, and they most of the cases when the cases are diverted.
You're watching TVWAN News. Airwing lacks specialist and Masahet seawall opening. We'll have those stories and more when we return.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Open hands.
Yeah, Mama.
You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up and big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste P&G loves.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in P&G and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Superstition ain't the way.
Welcome back. The Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary Airwing lacks specialists to occupy positions that have been left vacant since establishing the wing structure in 1998. This was made known today during the Commission of Inquiry into the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, January 10th, civil unrest at the APEC House in Port Moresby.
Since the structure was approved in 1998, about 12 positions were created, and in those positions, only 4 were occupied. These 4 positions remain occupied to this day, while the rest are vacant due to lack of specialists, says the RPNGC Airwing Acting Director Inspector Shama Kwarahasi. He said this when testifying during the Commission of Inquiry into the RPNGC January 10th civil unrest today in Port Moresby.
About 12 positions. The most part of the positions are most specialized positions where require qualified personnel to be attached in those positions. So, however, there's none. It's only me and the Lord Master, 1 admin sergeant, and 1 driver, and 1 sergeant again for observer.
Kwarahasi said the Airwing plays an important role in the force due to its ability to provide coverage in air support that covers the movement of members of the force, logistics support, search and rescue, border patrols, and transporting members to remote areas. However, their functions are domain because they have no skilled pilots and engineers to run this sector.
We support the frontline policing, so we provide the coverage in the air support that requires movement of personnel back and forth, logistic support, aerial surveillance, search and rescue, border patrols, getting the frontline policing in terms of the CIDs to the remote areas if they need to, because Papua New Guinea is very, very, with the rugged terrain, you can't access it anywhere but through the air support. So
He said due to the lack of specialists, recommendations were made to outsource experts from outside to train RPNGC police officers, but the recommendations are yet to be approved. The director said currently they are operating through hiring helicopters to attend to crimes, and it is an expensive exercise. Kwarahasi urged the police hierarchy to make quicker interventions to revive this sector as it is important to the police force. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
Australia and Papua New Guinea have reaffirmed their strong defence ties with the visit of Chief of the Royal Australian Navy, Vice Admiral Mark Hammond, AO, RAN, to Port Moresby on Wednesday. Welcomed by Australian High Commissioner John Vickers and Acting Chief of the Papua New Guinea Defence Force Commodore Philip Polewara, Vice Admiral Hammond praised the nation's historical connections and shared security interests. Hammond's visit commenced with a guard of honor at Murray Barracks, followed by a tour of Basilisk Naval Base over the coming days. He will visit Lombroom Naval Base on Manus Island and commemorate the 1914 loss of HMAS AE-1, Australia's first submarine. Abroad, the PNGDF's Guardian-class patrol boat, HMPNGS Gilbert Toropo. Both leaders highlighted the importance of maritime security and maintaining regional stability, with Australia emphasizing its continued investment in Papua New Guinea's defense capabilities through the Defense Cooperation Program. Commodore Polewara acknowledged the valuable training and support provided by Australia, which bolsters PNGDF personnel and infrastructure. Police in Madang have geared up for independence operations within the province. Mid this week, the zone unit conducted footbeats in settlements and compounds as a show of presence and give awareness to communities about maintaining peace and order during the country's 49th independence anniversary activities.
Police in Madang conducted footbeat patrols and conducted awareness in communities around Madang, including DCA, Govstore and Kerma compound. During their Independence Law and Order campaign, they stumbled upon youths who had been hiding homemade weapons, illicit drugs and homebrew. They proceeded to conduct raids and apprehended 5 suspects who are now in custody.
They have done a tremendously very good job yesterday by walking through the settlements, all right? Meaning that that's the beginning of our independence operations has begun, and it will continue until next week. All right, so we will be formally going on parade on Friday. And
confiscated items included 5 homemade guns, drugs such as marijuana street value worth 2,000 kina, homebrewed alcohol, gas bottles for homebrew production, spears and other dangerous items that can be used as weapons. Provincial Police Commander Acting Superintendent Robert Baim issued a warning to residents in settlements and surrounding communities that footbeats and raids will continue by mobile squads, Zulu and zone units both day and night. There will be assistance from the Defence Force. PPC Baim warned anyone who is in possession of illegal items or doing illegal activities that if they are caught, they will face the full force of the law. Independence celebrations in Madang begin this Friday, 13 September, and ends next Tuesday, 17 September.
we are beginning our mini independence operations now, and I'm sending out the warning to every settlement, every individual that will try to sabotage the normal daily living of our communities during this period. All right? Suppose you're walking number, you have to be walking number the YouTube. You must harm this sort of problem, yeah? All right?
Residents and members of the public have been advised to be considerate when celebrating, including controlling loud music. Police will be out to ensure neighborhoods are not disturbing the peace after 10 p.m. Police will also carry out their independence campaign out to the islands. Communities are encouraged to work together with police to ensure there is no trouble during the long weekend. Acting Superintendent Baim indicated they will need fuel for their operations for their vehicles and boats. Carol Kidu Jr., TVWAN News.
Trukai Industries reaffirmed its commitment to the Goroka Show with a 20,000 kina sponsorship for the 67th annual event. As a bronze sponsor, Trukai's backing includes the donation of 150 bags of 10 kg Trukai medium grain rice for the participating singing groups, along with 80 Trukai branded shirts and caps for the show marshals.
This sponsorship extends Trukai's more than a decade-long partnership with the iconic cultural festival which celebrates Papua New Guinea's diverse heritage. Trukai Industries marketing manager Marian Tom expressed pride in the ongoing support, saying their sponsorship reflects Trukai's dedication to celebrating and supporting the unique cultural display of PNG, and they look forward to another successful event that showcases the incredible spirit of our communities. Goroka Show chairlady Karen Flynn Hargreaves expressed gratitude for Trukai's continued backing. noting that this year's show, scheduled from 13 to 15 September, will be a vibrant celebration of the country's rich cultural traditions. Hargreaves said the support from Trukai Industries will help ensure the show continues to thrive and offer a platform for cultural expression and unity. The Gorka show is renowned for its colorful displays of traditional dances, music and artistry, drawing thousands of visitors from across Papua New Guinea. Carol Kidu Jr., TVWAN News.
Ton villages of Masahet Island in New Island Province recently celebrated its seawall project that commenced work last year. The seawall, worth more than 400,000 kina, was funded by Mineral Resources Lihir Capital through the Mark Soipang Foundation. For many years, the people of Masahet have been facing coastal erosion due to sea level rise and strong wave action. The king tide that occurred in January 2024 brought so much destruction to the province, removing trees, houses, and beachfronts. The 150-meter seawall, completed in June 2024, was funded by Chairman for Mineral Resources Lihir Capital Limited, Mark Soipang, through the Mark Soipang Foundation. Soipang saw the destruction being caused to the island, which led to the seawall construction to protect the village's shoreline from further erosion. Now,
you must walk in the something wrong, protected. There's la place below you. So, plenty thing we believe come up now and pass them. One blah and block look at them on DY long abyss. But DY you can help him block protected in la place. That's all me play looking for some. Me walk about can, I mean look him. Must you try to DY. So, right, block him, nabis. Now carry him to all this like DY go. We have to come up.
At the blessing and dedication on Monday, September the 9th, Soipang acknowledged Newmont Corporation for their assistance in donating some of the raw materials, as well as MRL Capital Limited, also through its foundation, with assistance with subsidizing all sea freight through its wholly owned subsidiary South Sea Lines Limited.
So what we attracted after we play yet to work in our water, we go find him Newman. Now I told them about this project. All right, only talk to me and say, man, good project. Now buy me play helping you. Suppose people are not starting work yet, I'm buying a lot of you. And because we have already started, one of them thinking me like working. Only I'll be me play along this 80 cubic meter long quarry. Now this wall, you need him 228 cubic meter long quarry. Now liasis long this 80.
Local parish priest Father Matthias Wall blessed the seawall as MRL Capital Limited Chairman Mark Soipang, CEO and Managing Director Lawrence Rausim, and Chairman of Anitoa Limited Ben Wisren witnessed. MRL Capital Limited Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director Lawrence Rausim, in his speech, recognized the leadership of Chairman Soipang in building the seawall that will last for many years to come, and encouraged other villagers to take charge and be responsible for the issues facing their communities for the betterment of Lihir.
Long all walk now, Chairman walk long walking lo yalong island long yumi long yalong Masahet na plenty long all walk to where mi bla long side long company where go pass lo mi bla long and mi bla walk lo walking. I saw him this la bayu mi talk. Emi sa talk long yumi la come up self-reliant. Now you become up financially independent. Now self-reliant, you must come up fast. You must start working on something, blong soim, or narbla, or line, or same. Me play can look out in me play it. Time you me look out in you me. By soim all, or by making all in la come work one time you me.
The celebration included the distribution of traditional food and traditional performances from various clans and neighboring villages, showing their appreciation with gifts to the foundation and MRL Capital Limited. Meantime, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director for Emerald Capital, Lawrence Rausim, encouraged villagers to teach their children about the history of Lihir and to ensure the future of Lihirans is in good hands.
But you must go back na start lo make him work lo yumi lo look out him all picking ni lo yumi. Na school him all because em all next line ba only come na look out him place ya time yumi all get I go finish. Place lo yumi by na finish and by stop. Also misa Tromoides la talk long plenty all have me run finish long ya long island lo yumi. Misa talk him all. Mining even come up. If I name yumi stop finish. Now by work mining you finish, only Lucy yumi only go, by yumi stop yet. So stop lo yumi long behind and stop now long hand lo yumi long or sindan lo yumi long tete, by yumi must school him all picking.
And now the finance news. The Kina closed lower at $0.2561 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying $0.2486 US, 0.3695 Australian dollars, 0.2181 euro, and 35.03 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher except crude oil, and copper closed lower. And copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Fine PNG made.
More clean, more sweet. Flame natural white sugar. Make more.
Scalerize brings to you some Scale Indie vibes this independence. Cashing out a total of 300,000 Kina in prize money around PNG this independence. 4 fortnightly draws, 75 fortnightly winners, 300 total Scalerize winners, and 1,000 Kina Scale Indie prize for every Scale winner. Here's how to enter the promotion. Buy any Scale or Oririse product, write your full name and contact details on the back of the store receipt, drop your entry into the entry box in store. For more information, either check in store or follow us on our Scalerize PNG page. Terms and conditions apply. Scalerize, and buy you like it.
Beauty is my business, but beauty sure is a tough game. Filters are great, but great skin, better. And that's why my skin deserves the best. So I choose self-care, soaps that gently nourish my skin, resulting in a radiant look, made with tropical ingredients. I trust self-care from City Pharmacy, so bring it on! My skin is ready and so am I.
Welcome back. Turning abroad, the man responsible for last year's Hunters Valley wedding tragedy has been sentenced to 32 years in jail. On an emotional day in court, the bus driver, Brett Button, apologized to survivors and the relatives of the 10 people who were killed in the horrific crash.
Survivors and family members of the people killed in Greta united in grief and relief.
Some were surprised by the severity of the sentence given to bus driver Brett Button, 32 years with a non-parole period of 24.
There was shock and there was also relief and there were a lot of tears.
The result that they got was tremendous for us.
Before learning his fate, Brett Button was given the chance to speak in court. "I live with this every day and I hate myself." On the night of the crash, the bus driver told police he was going slow enough. Today, he accepted he was going too fast. "I take responsibility for the death and injuries. It was no way purposeful and I wasn't negligent. I'm sorry to everyone involved. I've shamed everyone." The 59-year-old also admitted to being under the influence of an opioid painkiller that night, even though doctors had warned him to limit its use. During his 3 days in the dock, Button hung his head, looking like a broken man. Just metres away were victims' families and survivors who hugged and cried when his sentence was handed down. The judge considered 40 victim impact statements and said in his 50 years in the justice system he had never dealt with a case that contained anywhere near the devastation.
It will never bring back my beautiful sister Nadine. It will never bring back my sassy niece Kaya.
Nothing will bring them back, but I think ultimately it shows that they mattered.
Now a new stage of the grieving process can begin.
Police and a large group of protesters have clashed outside the Melbourne Convention and Exhibition Centre, where a major defence and weapons expo is being held.
Inside Australia's largest weapons fair, a glimpse of the latest lethal technology.
An uncrewed ground vehicle meant to take soldiers away from the dirty, dull and dangerous.
Hundreds of defence firms are showing off their wares at this year's International Land Forces exhibition. Inside Melbourne's Convention Centre, several Israeli companies trying to sell weapons to Australia that are battle-tested in the Middle East.
To bring our experience from our region and our knowledge and the know-how from the last 3 and 4 decades.
Senior military officers from across the world are also here to exchange ideas on improving land warfare.
Defence and security, that is preserving and protecting Australia's and Australians' way of life and our national interest, is a whole-of-nation endeavour.
And protests outside don't seem to be causing much concern.
I'm proud to lead an army that for 123 years has been defending the right of Australians to protest peacefully.
So far, the massive police presence both inside and outside the convention centre has managed to keep all protesters at bay. This so-called Ring of Steel has done its job, but there are still 2 days to go.
A collection of culturally significant Indigenous artifacts are being returned after being taken from Australia to the UK more than a century ago.
Representatives, including traditional owners from the Warrumbungu community in the town of Tennant Creek in the Northern Territory, have travelled here to London to receive several Indigenous artefacts which were taken from their home country and brought here to the UK in the early 1900s. Traditional owners believe the items were exchanged for other goods and were mainly used for hunting.
We're pretty much happy, because, these stuff been taken away over 120 years ago, and gone back home. It's a really special thing,
These are artefacts that the old people sat down and had a look at them and cried about them and said straight away, we want them to come back home. I'm part of a stolen generation, and we ain't accepted in terms like this. But with this happening now, we've got a coming together of two different cultures.
The handover is taking place at the Horniman Museum and Gardens as part of the federal government's Return of Cultural Heritage program. For more than 300 years, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultural material has been taken from country and placed in overseas collections. These pieces will be temporarily taken to Canberra before they're ready to be received on country, where they will be displayed at an exhibition in Tennant Creek.
A group of parents in regional Victoria, Australia, has come together to present a united front in delaying their children's exposure to mobile phone use. They have made a phone pledge and agreements not to give their kids smartphones until they are 16. Their goal is to shield children from the dangers of social media, but some experts are skeptical of the idea.
Bouncing on the trampoline with friends and playing with a football are the kinds of experiences these mums want their kids to remember.
I would like my children to have a childhood for as long as they possibly can. The statistics for mental health issues in teenagers and kids are pretty concerning for me.
Emma and Kate are just two of hundreds of parents in the Murray River towns of Echuca Moama pledging to keep smartphones out of their children's hands for as long as possible. Stephanie Chalice came up with the idea to empower parents to take collective action against tech giants.
We're saying 16 at a minimum. All the research that's come out very, very recently has said that it's not good for kids' brains before 16.
The mum of two started the movement because she realised it would be too hard to tackle the issue alone.
There are growing calls around Australia on both sides of politics for tighter restrictions around children using social media. But some mental health experts say teenagers need to be part of the conversation.
What the kids are telling us is don't ban us, teach us. Don't take it away from us because maybe you don't know how to use it or you're scared of what is going to happen when I use it. Teach me how to use it properly.
You can't really communicate with your friends, so you'd have to call them at a telephone box or something because you won't be able to message them on Snapchat.
I reckon it's about a 50-50. I'd say, yeah. Bad stuff can be really bad, but when it's good, it's nice.
The federal government has promised to introduce legislated social media age limits, but these parents don't want to.
Bali is ranked as one of the world's most popular tourist destinations. But locals say the seemingly insatiable demand for a piece of paradise is threatening the very thing that makes the island so special, exposing the first-hand impacts foreign developers are having on the island paradise.
The road going to Clinking Beach and Swastiastu Sayang, and this is the everyday view. As you see, thousands of people come here to see the beauty of Clinking Beach.
Clinking Beach is a mecca for Instagrammers, once voted the most beautiful beach in the world. Most tourists stay at the top. Getting down isn't easy.
Yes, we need to go down that way, take a small path all the way, so...
Oh, down there?
Down there, so it will take maybe around 20-30 minutes to go down.
Oh, yeah. To help get more people down to the beach, the local village has brought in a Chinese company to build this. A 182-metre high elevator and viewing platform that will soon tower over one of Indonesia's most beautiful beaches. A permanent addition to bring even more tourists to this Instagram hotspot. Some here support it because of the increased business it will bring, but not Nilu. Would you, once it's built, would you ride on the glass elevator?
No, never.
Never?
Never.
That's how strongly you feel about it?
Never. I'm a very gratitude person when it comes to nature. So, no, not over my dead body, no.
Nilu sees the elevator as part of a broader problem in Bali, a build at all costs mentality by the politicians in charge.
It's so simple, it's so simple to take care of this island, but it has been over the years, and it's getting worse. It is not getting better,
This is TVWAN News. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
Plus we're ready to go.
These two are creeping into your personal space. Why don't we send them packing? Oh, maybe not.
Bing bang bing. Bum bum.
Did you know that you can get the latest updates on what's happening on the DTV app? 1. Open the DTV app. 2. Go to the profile on the upper right-hand corner of your screen and scroll down to push notifications. 3. Turn it on and you're good to receive notifications on the latest sports, TV series and movies. DTV, your TV on the go.
Dummy half sent the ball away. They'll hit back. The Wigman.
The cavalry. There's the full-time siren. The Hello Wigman to face the Hagen Eagles in the Digicel Mobile Cup in 2024.
That man, Dixon Pipi, as he got the legs, is going to go all the way. Pinches it back and dives over.
For the 5th year in a row, the Panthers will finish in the NRL top 2. And the Sydney Roosters will march on. That's the clinical stuff for the Roosters we've been treated to. Oh my goodness! Well, hello! Right, Toto has this crowd on its feet. When they need a spark, they go to Dylan Edwards, and the Panthers retake the lead.
Thanks for staying with us. The Rugby League fraternity will be treated to a double header on Sunday with the staging of the National Women's Rugby League, the Santos Cup Grand Final, and the Men's Digicel ExxonMobil Cup decider at the Santos National Football Stadium. Tickets are now selling like hotcake. The stands would be chock-a-block come Sunday.
In a press conference today ahead of the big showdown on the weekend, the momentum builds up among teams making the finals appearance. Central Dabaris and Goroka Lahanis take the women's final stage, with Hella Wigman and Mount Hagen Eagles prove their worth in the men's cup decider. Eagles coach Francis Ray expressed confidence and trust in his playing group, adding coming thus far was not easy with various challenges, let alone not being able to host games. But the hard work, perseverance and commitment has paid off. Coach Ray paid tribute to Captain Henry Wan for the leadership and inspiration, which is rubbing off on the young team, as they look forward to Sunday's decider.
Starting the season back in February, nobody thought we were going to make it to the grand final or pick up that minor premiership. But, along the way, we never had our home games. We played most of our games in Minsk, our home games in Minsk, and then most of our games we played here in Pullman. It has helped us, along the way to secure the minor premiership. And then to be in the grand final, it's a dream come true for everyone, especially me being a coach. I've taken the Warriors back in 22 to grand final. And then this is my second grand final appearance with the Eagles.
Captain Wan said this is his first grand final at the intercity level and would make it his swan song as he approaches the twilight of his playing career.
I mean, I've been got chances also. I've been play, but I've been drop out low, but now this year was a very good year for me. And then for me to lead the boys all the way through the grand final, it's something I've always dreamed about, and now it's like finally I'm a dream come true for me. So I'm happy to lead the boys one more time at the big stage here.
Wigman rookie coach Ian Yarrow is yet to settle in his first grand final gig in only his first season since being elevated to head coach early this year.
I think everyone is okay. Injury-wise, everyone is pulling okay. The preparation is going well. I think just only we're losing one player this weekend, but like as I've said, like whoever's that wear the jersey, they can put a performance week in, week out. So we're looking forward to whoever that comes in here.
For Wigman's Little General and Captain Solomon Pokare, who leads a strong contingent from their 2022 Grand Final team and knows what it takes to rise to the challenge.
Like 1/4 of the team is not new, all the old boys, and 3/4 is like all the new boys, and like feeling is like balancing the camp, and we're looking forward for a big game on Sunday.
Wigman have become regular features in the recent Grand Finals and are hitting their straps at the right time of the season, eyeing the major prize. However, minor Premiers Eagles have put themselves back in the box seat since the 2008 Grand Final loss to Muruks. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 Sports.
The newly established PNG National Women Rugby League competition, the Santos Cup, hosts its inaugural Grand Final on Sunday with an epic battle between Central Dabaris and Goroka Lahanis at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby. On the eve of the Santos Cup and the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup Grand Finals on Sunday, PNG RFL CEO Stanley Hondina, on behalf of the chairman and the board, has praised and commended efforts of all the teams that participated in the two semi-professional competitions this year, the Santos Cup and Digicel ExxonMobil Cup. Hondina said 2024 was a breakout year for PNG RFL, and excited about a number of milestone pathway programs are being delivered, including the launch of the inaugural women's competition, the Santos Cup, with its first grand final this Sunday, which will coincide with the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup Grand Final. Season 1 Corporate Beach Volleyball Competition preparation is in full swing, with the tournament set to kick off on October the 12th, 2024. Over 10 corporate organizations have confirmed their participation, with the deadline for team registration extended to September the 20th due to late interest coming in. The beach volleyball competition will have teams participate in the men's, women's and mixed divisions. In regards to participation and eligibility, the tournament is open to employees and their spouses of private companies and government departments. Season 1 anticipates a great event that will promote good networking and relationship building among the corporates. Back to our earlier story, the newly established PNG National Women Rugby League competition, the Santos Cup, hosts its inaugural grand final on Sunday with an epic battle between Central Dabaris and Goroka Lahanis at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby.
Central Dabaris and Goroka Lahanis women's franchise teams would become trailblazers of the National Women's Rugby League competition when they take center stage at the Santos National Football Stadium this weekend to compete for the Santos Cup. At the special Grand Final media conference today, with respective coaches expressed excitement, enthusiasm and great anticipation for a blockbuster showdown between the two teams. Dabaris coach Kathy Knapp said it's been a remarkable season for her girls, finishing second at the regular season. He said the season has also exposed some new girls at this level who can showcase the depth they have on their team as they look forward to take on the Lahanis this Sunday.
It's been an exciting journey for the girls, especially my Dabaris girls. They've been really good in terms of attendance to training and the experience also. Them trying to build a good team culture. They've been really respectful to the coaching staffs and their attitude towards training and all that. I believe we'll give them a tough game, and the team that is more prepared, the better side, will go out with the trophy.
Lahanis coach Michael Moses said similar comments about how his playing group are able to gel together ahead of the finals. Moses said they have a lot of young girls graduating from the PNG NRL Bid Academy program, which would be a building block for the team moving forward.
Training has been very, very good. I'm not pushing them. I'm just letting them enjoy, because if you are happy, you can do anything under the sun. So, yeah, they're enjoying themselves. I know tomorrow would be Sunday will be a tough game against the Dabaris. I respect the Dabaris. They have a very, very good team. We'll be like underdogs because the Dabaris have a very good team, and I think a lot of good representative players, and we will be learning from them also during on Sunday.
The Santos Cup Grand Final kicks off at 1 p.m., followed by the men's Grand Final between the Mount Hagen Eagles and the Hella Wigmen at 3 p.m. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And now the weather forecast. Southern, Port Moresby becoming partly cloudy with rain showers at some spots and inland thunderstorms developing. Daru, Alotau and Popondetta, partly cloudy with few rain showers, drizzles. Kerema, cloudy with period of rain showers. Momase, Lay, cloudy with some rain. Madang, cloudy with few showers. Wewak, mostly cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Vanimo, mostly cloudy with few showers. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, mostly cloudy with period of rain and thunderstorms. Kavian, cloudy with period of rain. Kokoporo Baul, afternoon rain showers easing to cloudy periods. Kimber, cloudy with some rain showers. And Buka, mostly cloudy with period of rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Highlands, Mount Hagen, cloudy with rain and thunderstorm. Goroka, Barnes, Kundiawa, periods of clouds with rain showers. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea, seas rather rough to rough with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, seas rather rough with southeast winds of 15 to 25 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas rather rough, becoming rough along the western sector with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots, increasing 30 to 40 knots along the western sector. Pacific Ocean, sea slight with east to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daro to Kiwai Islands, Kerema, Eula Island, Hood Point to Samurai Island, Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands. Seas 2 to 2.5 meters rising to 3 meters at times along warning areas. And waters of Finchafan through Vitia Strait to Siasi, Long Islands. Seas 2 to 3 meters rising to 4 meters along gale warning areas. And that wraps up the news tonight. Thanks for your company. Bye now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.